Good morning. Welcome to Swan Lake Spiritual. It is Sunday, April 6th, and we are going to do your oracle card reading for the week ahead from The Secret Language of Light. This deck is by Denise Jarvie. She's from, I believe, Australia, potentially New Zealand, that area of the world. And the reason why I love this deck, not only the amazing pastel colors, but each of these cards, the images, the messages represent a message that your soul is trying to get to you. Your soul wants to communicate with you. So we're going to pull a 4-card spread right now, and we're going to do, I think we're going to do the soul healing spread, because right now around the globe, especially with spring, what's happening is there's a lot of death and rebirth. And that can show up and manifest in a number of different ways in people's lives. It's happening in the form of new jobs, new job opportunities, loss of jobs. It's happening in the loss of people, loss of relationships. Everything around us is dramatically changing and transforming. So let's see where we need to heal to help manage the transformation and change. Let's see what our soul can guide us so that we can navigate all of these rebirths. You know how difficult it is to birth, right? If you've ever been pregnant, that whole 9 months of being pregnant, of building that baby, of creating that baby, of working, and then the final push, the agony, the pain to see this amazing, beautiful creation. Life is much like that. When we have a project, a job, an intention, a goal, we have to go through the same process of birthing it, of creating it, of dreaming it, of planning it. And then when it inevitably births, right before that, there's an unpleasant, painful experience. So we do have to navigate that to get to the other side. So these cards today, we're going to pull 4 of them, and these cards today are going to help us to do that work. Oh my goodness, they keep jumping out. Are those the ones that are meant for us? Normally when they jump out, those are the ones that our soul needs. But I trust that they'll find our way back to us if we need to hear those ones, because they continue to jump. Okay, for us today, I'm just going to grab the meanings real quick. So as I pull them, I can describe the position to you. Where did it go? It's not anywhere here. Excuse me for a moment. Here we go. Soul healing 4-card spread. So the first card is now. The beliefs most dominant in the collective conscious thinking. So the beliefs most dominant in your thinking. Right now it's about asking your soul. So as a lot of us have done such tremendous work on our personal journeys over the last 1 to 15 years, it's been quite an intense period for many people with the cosmic energy and the planetary energy and just our personal lives where we are. But we finally started to have conscious awareness that we have a soul that we can communicate with, that we have a soul that can guide us, that we have a soul that we can become aligned with, that our soul is our true essence. And when we find our way back to that soul, we, in fact, are operating in our authenticity. Asking your soul is a powerful card. And so for this is the beliefs most dominant in thinking, you're asking the questions. Whether that's something you want to manifest and you're asking for, in the case of a job, or whether it's a bigger goal or dream that you're working towards and you're planting those seeds of intention. Remember when you talk to your soul, though, and you ask your soul for guidance, when you go into your meditative space and you go within and you listen to those whispers of intuition, you can also express gratitude, not just asking for things. The second card is something that makes your heart smile, your soul truth, and this is love. So this card is about variance. So variance typically shows up when we're not in alignment with our soul. Variance asks us to do the reflective work to find out what the variance is between our ideal and our current. And we can only do that by asking our soul, by tuning in and finding out. And so what we love to do is we love to inquire. We love to self-reflect. We love to self-discover. We love to put the pieces together and find out how things were and how they are now and how we want them to be. The third card here is something that makes your heart sink. So this is not your soul truth. And this is a fear that may be present right now in the collective. And this one is about focus. And when I pulled this one and in its position of fear, A lot of the clients that I talk to right now have a challenge focusing. They have so many brilliant, great ideas. They don't know which one to pursue. They don't know how to focus on the one that is the most important to them because they don't know how to identify that one. What this can mean is sometimes that we are spreading ourselves too thin and we lack focus, we lack direction, and we need to hone in and focus on that which A, makes our heart sing, and B, brings us closer to alignment that minimizes that variance. And the last card here is heal. So action you can take to change outdated beliefs holding you back from your dreams and desires. And this is about transformation. And so the action you can take is really about surrendering to the transformation, acknowledging, recognizing, accepting, and then surrender. You're undergoing a transformation. You're not going to be the same as you were before. You may not recognize yourself. You may not recognize your life. And in fact, almost everybody around you is going to feel that way. And sometimes we might feel the pressure of other people's discomfort with not recognizing who we're becoming, with our own discomfort of not recognizing who we're becoming. And that's okay. That's a natural feeling. But if you can lean into and surrender and accept that you're transforming, that you once were a little wormy caterpillar and you're transforming into this big, beautiful butterfly, when you surrender to that process, it actually becomes a lot easier. And when you witness and observe that process, then you recognize parts of it are out of your control. I'm going to go ahead and read the message on this card, as well as do a mini meditation to help integrate the energies and the reading of this week. So number 19 is about transformation. And we've had this theme, again, for a number of years in the collective. We're in the age of Aquarius and light rising. You're experiencing an ending. You're feeling a loss as a whole or a void in your life. This empty feeling is a space for something new and better. A new way will reveal itself very soon. Pain is something that happens to all of us, but suffering is a choice. To suffer is to believe thoughts that are not your soul truth. Justifying, analyzing, and rationalizing will separate you further from your soul's wisdom. From this state, you will blame yourself, another, or an event for feeling angry or sad. Focusing on the suffering will only cement the ideology or belief that created it. In other words, you become what you fight against. Now imagine what you can create by focusing on all the beautiful aspects of your life and what you are good at. Focus on where your life is filled with things that make you smile. Change starts with you, and all your desires begin with a dream. Where will you place your focus tomorrow morning? And we also talked about in that card about suffering when we're not in alignment and we continue to live in the past, in painful memories. We're in variance and we're suffering. So now if you'd like to go ahead and do this meditation, you can get yourself in a comfortable spot. You can put your hand over your heart. You can even place it on this card, or you can look at the image on this card as you slowly soften your gaze and begin to turn your attention to your breath. Nothing you need to do, just observe and notice. You are safe to explore the fabric of creation. You will always be who you are. This meditation will open you up to the larger part of you that has no body and no form, but is still you. You are energy and eternal. And you are also your body and personality. This meditation is also known as an out-of-body experience. However, you are never out of your body. It is only an illusion, as all of you exists right here, right now. By shifting your focus, you experience a different, broader perspective. Continue to focus and notice on your breath. If you haven't already, you can softly and gently close your eyes and imagine yourself floating into a black, velvety background of pure potential. A space where all existence emerges. Breathe in this wondrous place of stillness and silence. And rest here, feeling safe in the arms of your soul. Feel the difference between your body and your soul. In your physical body, you create through shadow, light, and time to experience life in varied forms. As a soul, you are at one with all, simply flowing in eternity. Breathe in and sense your body in time and space. Breathe out and float through eternity as consciousness. You are both. There is no separation. Breathe in and feel and sense your physical body. Breathe out and float through eternity as consciousness. When you feel ready, focus on your physical body and take in a full, deep breath of life. Feel it illuminate every corner of your magnificent body, all cells in your body, and be fully present in this time and space. Then release it and open your eyes and smile knowingly. You can do that as often as you like. Pause and rewind the video. Come back here day after day, week after week, however you need to feel connected to your body, feel connected to your soul, and close the gap of variance between both. If you want to do some inspired reflections and actions this week, it takes the same amount of energy to be happy or sad. Your life stems from the beliefs you practice most. But are they helping you? For one day, don't assume anything about anyone or anything, even if you have experienced a person or situation many times before. Spend a few moments checking in with what you think is true and ask yourself, is this what I think it is? Seek clarity on what you think and believe. Read between the lines of articles, emails, or books. Consider the standpoint of the author. No judgment. This is your comprehension and understanding. And if you want to do some journal work this week, you can't change anything by fighting what has already been created. To bring about change, create a new way that supersedes the old way. Draw or write about something that makes you suffer every time you think about it. Now write down 5 reasons why it makes you suffer. and 5 ways it has motivated you to create something different. Next time you feel yourself react as suffering, focus on the something different you have written down. And that's a very powerful one. I did that recently and I wasn't sure it was with this card or a different one, but it was a similar exercise where I took 5 things that I was holding on to or resisting letting go of, and then 5 ways that it had, I guess, impacted me, or what was it? 5 reasons it makes you motivated to create change. So that was really helpful for me. So yeah, I encourage you to take some time to do the journaling exercises and reflect on your life where there's a bit of a variance between what your soul intended to do, what your heart's calling you to do, and what you're actually living, how you're actually living versus how you want to be. Thanks for joining me today. Please hit that like and subscribe button so I can reach more people with these awesome readings and with my personal services. As always, thank you for joining. Namaste. I appreciate you.